Others wearing the same uniform. After all, the essence of attending any party is just to celebrate with others and have a nice time. So, next time you're going out for that occasion, the choice is yours. Stay with the crowd or have your own unique identity.
The president is impressed that NASENI is delivering on its mandate and directed us to do more, particularly in the modular irrigation projects.
On the news tonight, President Buhari approves 24 billion naira for modular irrigation projects.
Nigeria is the first country in the West African sub-region to host this event. Hence, welcome to this event.
Ahead of Nigeria's hosting of UNESCO Global Week, Information and Culture Minister inaugurates local organizing committee. Federal government strategizes on measures to ease passport processing.
Our population is more than 35 million, but we do not have a minister who is person with disability, who is representing person with disability.
Also tonight, a clarion call to government on discrimination against persons with disability acts. Hello and thanks for joining us on the Network News. I am Elizabeth Omori. Michael Olale joins us from the city of Lagos and Asmao Habibu Shagari from the seat of the Caliphate, Sokoto. You can start following us live on our website nta.ng/live as well as other social media platforms displayed on the screen. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved 24 billion naira for the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, towards enhancing its modular irrigation system. This is in furtherance of efforts at achieving food sufficiency and security in Nigeria. The Executive Vice Chairman of the agency, Professor Mohammed Sani Haruna, announced this after an audience with the President. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
The president is impressed that NASENI is delivering on its mandate and directed us to do more, particularly in the modular irrigation projects.
The modular irrigation system is one of NASENI's inventions and innovations for the agricultural subsector of the nation's economy. It is a scheme developed by the agency for farmers to irrigate their farms using a solar-powered mobile pumping machines, even where there are no rivers or streams nearby.
We have acquired a 10-hectare farmland in Adamawa State using water from River Benue, where this pilot scheme is starting. And it is estimated that based on the technologies to be used there, it is possible to have 3 multi-crop seasons in a year, commencing from October this year, God willing, in that land. This one we are drawing water from River Benue, of course solar powered. The next model is the one that you go to area where there is no river nearby and you drill borehole to store water using solar powered also to irrigate the farm.
The executive vice chairman of NASENI also spoke on the progress of the helicopter assembly initiative embarked upon by the agency in its desire to manufacture made in Nigeria helicopter that is of international standard to boost the nation's economy and help in the fight against insecurity.
We assembled 2 helicopters. Now these helicopters are in the helipad and hangar developed in our site in Karshi. However, for its expansion, the President has approved the project to be relocated to Nigerian Air Force Institute of Technology, Kaduna, because of the already developed facilities there in order not to reinvent the wheel. Why you are not seeing it flying? Because the Civil Aviation Authority is still doing all that processes needed to certify this helicopter. But we are going ahead not only with the helicopter but other aircraft development because we have adequate manpower for that.
Professor Haruna also takes pride in NASENI produced solar modules of highest quality from a 7.5 megawatts capacity factory in Karshi, as well as military equipment including mines-resistant ambush-protected armored personnel carrier and medium caliber machine gun already tested by the Nigerian Army. Local production of the military equipment in particular, he said, is in line with Nigeria's national defense policy as well as the Executive Order number 5 signed by the President. NASENI was established in 1992 with a vision to create an enabling knowledge-driven environment for local mass production of standard parts, goods and services required for Nigeria's technological advancement. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And President Muhammad Buhari has re-echoed his directives to heads of security agencies to stem the rising wave of criminality across the country. This was contained in a message to the graduation of Course 30 National Defense College, Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
For you, one and all, fellowship of the Defense College.
With this brief symbolic ceremony, these 102 participants of the National Defense College Course 30 have been conferred with the prestigious Fellow of the National Defense College honor.
Because rounded off with custom exercises that simulated real-life scenarios and the review of the national defense and security policies. This year, these exercises were deliberately focused on some of the most daunting security challenges facing Nigeria.
The Apex Military Training Institution, established in 1992, focuses on training of selected senior armed forces personnel and agencies in the area of operational act and strategic leadership, with emphasis on joint internal and external operations.
We have given strong directives to the military and other security agencies to deal decisively with terrorists, bandits, and other enemies of the country. We have also adopted bilateral and multilateral arrangements to fight transborder and maritime crimes.
20 participants from 16 allied nations, including Indian military, were among the fellows.
It's been a great learning experience, an experience of a lifetime for me.
The graduation also coincided with the 30th anniversary of the institution. From the National Defense College in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Nigeria is currently building a robust national beneficial ownership database to be deployed to combat illicit financial flows and terrorism financing. President Muhammadu Buhari stated this recently while receiving a delegation from the Open Government Partnership Support Unit in Abuja. In this report, Dele Atumi takes a look at the benefits accruable to Nigeria from membership.
The Open Government Partnership was established in 2011 with the aim of promoting transparent and accountable governance. Presently, Open Government Partnership includes 77 countries. As a way of enhancing citizens' participation through inclusivity, President Muhammadu Buhari enlisted Nigeria in this global body known for transparency in governance, inclusion, anti-corruption and integrity, digital governance, civic space with premium, and protecting the fundamental rights of citizens. Nigeria's membership of this body has brought about development in several areas, and the anti-corruption stance of the administration has led to the conviction of many politically exposed persons. The suspension and the ongoing trial of the suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, and two others are pointers to the country's zero tolerance to corruption.
As a proof of our progress, Nigeria was ranked among the best improved countries for transparency in the latest Global Orphan Budget Survey.
That Nigeria has been a truly excellent performer in OGP. Through the two national action plans that Minister Akbar talked about, your government with civil society has advanced, and I say this I said this to the press also, one of the most significant and ambitious open government reforms across our 77-country partnership. It is really notable and commendable. One notable thrust of this, Your Excellency, has been fighting corruption through these commitments in the OGP action plans, on fighting corruption through opening up budgets, opening up contracts.
As part of the country's commitment to open government partnership, Nigeria is to sign the third action plan before the end of August 2022.
We are working very hard to get the new NAP in place before the current one expires. As a matter of fact, the NAP document is in its final stages of development.
Economic experts say with the country's membership of Open Government Partnership, its budgeting processes have become more open, citizen-centered, and participatory. In Abuja, Dele Atumi, NTA News.
In other news, ongoing investigative hearing into non-remittance of 1% of contract awards to the Nigerian Content Development Monitoring Board by the House of Representatives is said to have started yielding results. Chairman House Committee on Content Development, Lego Idagbo, at resumption of sitting revealed that reconciliations of accounts between the NCDB board and defaulting companies have commenced. John Yako reports.
Because they've attached evidences of those remittances. What we've done is we've sent those documents to NCDMB asking them to confirm same.
Only 20 out of the 50 companies listed have so far appeared before the investigative hearing, which started in June. Various issues were discovered.
We requested for a breakdown so that we can look at our books and actually establish that those liabilities that were stated were actually correct.
Well, most of our clients are IOCs, ExxonMobil, that are owing us up to date.
We only get involved in logistics and transportation. We don't get involved at all in exploration or production.
The committee states that it will not take excuses from operators as they were duly communicated.
To come and sit here and excuses. But
are presented one after the other. It's almost becoming a tradition.
Sitting was adjourned to a later date to be announced by the committee when the remaining 30 companies will be heard. The committee cautioned necessary legislative processes will be invoked to penalize those who fail to appear. In Abuja, John Yaku, NTA News.
A bit from the maritime sector, the ancient commercial city of Kano is bracing up to regain its lost status of global commercial bloc, as witnessed in the glorious days of trans-Saharan trade. This followed the declaration of the soon-to-be inaugurated Dala Inland Port, Kano, as port of origin and destination by the federal government. Aminu Umar reports that Minister of Transportation Muazu Sambo witnessed the ceremony in Kano.
The 20,000 container capacity Dala Dry Inland Port is stretched on a 30 hectares expanse of land with additional 100 hectares to accommodate special economic zone to the shipping and business community. The declaration of the port is a dream come true in view of its potentials towards fast-tracking ease of doing business as well as improve cross-border economic activities.
They are fully compliant with the provisions of operational manual for IDPs, fully ISTS compliant, operates 24/7. They are transit facilities. They are also fully digitalized and serve with intermodal transport.
The Minister of Transportation, Muazu Sambo, Kano State Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje represented, among other speakers, underscored the importance of the dry port to Kano State as the economic hub of northern Nigeria with long history of business relationship with other African states dating back to trans-Saharan trade.
I call on national and international maritime practitioners, shippers, shipping companies to take full advantage of this facility for the import and export of their cargo.
The Dala Inland Dry Port was conceived as part of federal government reform program to act as a catalyst to improve trade flows, boost inland trading, and revitalize export of agricultural products.
Experts also believe the port will scale up multiplier effects that will improve the economic fortunes of the immediate community by providing direct and indirect jobs. In Kano, Aminu Umar, NTA News.
You're watching the network news on NTA. Time to take a break. The news continues shortly.
Here and there, we don't want it at all. Killing people today, tomorrow, we don't want it at all. And we don't want separation. You do your own, I do my own. Let you go. No. We don't want that one. We may quarrel and disagree, but let it be on the table of dialogue. No blood, chaos, war, violence. Let us stand with our nation as one people. We must also stand for the armed forces. They are our husbands and wives. They are our brothers and sisters. Please support the armed forces whose lives are always on the front line to protect our nation. Nigeria is your own. Nigeria is mine. Nigeria is our own. This weakness is in our oneness. Our oneness is our strength.
We are the dynamic global energy company of choice, steering the course of Nigeria's biggest export industry. With years of commitment, delivering greater value and improving lives, NNPC is transformed to better meet your everyday energy needs and retain the position as the largest contributor to the Nigerian economy, generating clean, sustainable energy with integrity, excellence, and creating value for all stakeholders. We are NNPC Water.
Nigeria Gulf Federation announces its first Nigeria Gulf Federation Summit. This summit will discuss salient topical issues that relate to the development and upliftment of Gulf in Nigeria. Chairman General IBM Haruna, special guest of honor, Honorable Minister of Sports, Mr. Sunday Dare, convener Otumba Olusegun Rushewe, OON, President Nigeria Gulf Federation, date 31st August to 2nd September 2022. Venue Ladikwali Hall, Sheraton Hotel and Towers, Abuja. Time 10 a.m. prompt. This event is supported by Polaris Bank, Nigerian Television Authority NTA, Africa Independent Television AIT, Gulf Garden, Anchor Insurance and Royal Ceramics. Otumba Olusegun Rushewe, OON, President Nigeria Gulf Federation, announcer.
Thanks for staying with us. The system and approach for revenue drive of the Federal Inland Revenue Service is seen as a model for African countries. Its innovation in revenue generation and taxation on digital economy attracted a delegation from the Tanzanian Federal Inland Revenue Authority on study tour of the service. Bosade Abel tells us more.
2021, despite the challenges posed Naira, which
knowledge and information which give us a way in our journey of taxation of non-resident company. We would like to declare that our expectation
to achieving 100% automation on all its tax administration processes.
The Nigerian tax system, you will be able to compare notes what you have seen here and what you have at home. We are working seriously on the automation of the VAT administration.
As both countries learn from each other, it is believed that this will further strengthen tax administration in line with the African continental agenda of upgrading tax system towards improvement in global transparency. In Abuja, Bosade Abel, NTA News.
Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says the Global Media and Literacy Week to be hosted by Nigeria from 24th to 31st of October will boost government's current campaign against fake news, misinformation and hate speech. The minister stated this while inaugurating a 25-member local organizing committee for the event. Anthony Forson reports.
The decision to give Nigeria the hosting right is a testament to the fact that Nigeria has been identified as a strong advocate of media and information literacy.
The 2022 Global Media Literacy Week will bring together participants from over 193 UNESCO member countries who will participate physically and virtually. In other words, the 2022 Global Media Information Literacy Week will be a hybrid event.
He charged members of the LOC to use their wealth of experience to organize a successful event.
This event requires very serious and meticulous planning. Hence, we have carefully selected each of the local organizing community, men and women with great experience and necessary expertise. Nigeria is the first country in the West African Federation to host this event. Hence, we not approach to disappoint. I have no doubt that you will bring your wealth of experience and expertise to play in organizing a world-class event.
The minister used the opportunity to unveil the Media Information Literacy Week logo, expressing gratitude to President Muhammadu Buhari for approving the hosting of the event. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari sends warm greetings to Senator Daisy Hanire Danjuma as she turns 70 on August 6, 2022. In a congratulatory message, President Buhari applauds her commitment to the plight of women and children, noting her passion in the National Assembly between 2003 and 2007, where she served as the chairperson, Senate Committee on Women Affairs and Youth Development, member, Senate Committee on Health, Education, Finance and Land, member of Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, and chairperson, Women and Child Rights Committee of the ECOWAS Parliament. President Buhari wishes her long life and more wisdom to serve humanity and the country. To political matters, the national leadership of the People's Democratic Party says it remains one united family under the Senator Yocha Ayu-led National Working Committee. This formed part of resolutions reached at the end of an interactive meeting of the NWC with former publicity secretaries and other stakeholders of the party. Timothy Yusuf reports.
The need to further deepen the democratic ideals of the PDP informed this gathering of former national, zonal and state publicity secretaries. The interface with the National Working Committee of the party is to bring them in tune with current happenings to further project the party in its rebuilding and rebranding initiative.
We are coming here to listen to you and to get you together to craft the necessary strategies for us to convey to the Nigerian people the best message that will make us win the next election.
And we have a relationship within the NWC that is based purely on the interest of the party and nothing more.
Meanwhile, the North Central Zonal Youth Summit of the PDP was conducted in Abuja with a charge on the party youth to embrace positive.
Always contribute from 60 to 70% of votes in this country.
We have 1,398 wards in the North Central. We have 26,000 to know.
The summit is expected to be replicated in each of the North Central states. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
6 geopolitical zones in the country to ease of measures to address inadequacies. The minister was in collaboration to surmount
information about your safety to yourself. We have a platform now that's free to all Nigerians. It's called NALAT. The general consensus we came out with is the fact that we all agreed that this country has no business being where it is today. It ought to be competing with the best out there, and we believe once we are able to come together, ask ourselves the necessary questions, we should be able to retrace our steps and go back to those good old days.
Nigerian Institute of Public Relations commended the giant strides achieved in critical areas of the economy by the current ADM. The social interventions, Governor Ben Ayade commends President Muhammadu Buhari's administration for striving to meet its constitutional obligations through various social interventions in Nigeria. The governor stated this when he received in audience the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Haja Sadia Umar Farouk, who was in Calabar to flag off grants distribution to vulnerable groups.
The minister, who outlined other social intervention programs by the federal government, states that her visit is to flag off the distribution of 20,000 naira each to over 3,000 vulnerable beneficiaries in Cross River State.
The program geared towards poverty reduction, social protection, and social inclusion of our citizens. This is a one-off grant to our vulnerable citizens.
The primary purpose of government is the welfare of our citizens. So welfare, security is the primary purpose. And God has ordained it.
The minister is spearheading the flag off in different states across the nation. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
The National Commission for Persons with Disabilities at a Stakeholders Forum on Disability Inclusion Projects encouraged state governments to implement the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Act. Wifan Ugwai tells us more.
In this room are stakeholders from the 36 states of the Federation meeting to discuss the welfare of persons with disabilities. On the agenda is the case for states to domesticate and implement the Act on Rights of Persons with Disabilities for inclusiveness in governance.
Our population is more than 35 million, but we do not have a minister who is person with disability, who is representing person with disability.
About more than 1 million for registered right now. We
have a lot of them. We are working with INEC to be able to get the specific data of the persons with disabilities who are voters, who hold their voters card, so that we can engage some of these presidential aspirants with it. We must negotiate for some ministerial position for the disability community.
We're working with the National Council for persons with disability to ensure that they coordinate all the structures in the state to ensure full participation of persons with disability.
Executive Secretary of the Commission, James Lalu, says states can support the federal government with state-specific interventions. In Abuja, Gowon NTA News.
For more reports on the network news, let's join Michael in Lagos. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Elizabeth. Total Energies Marketing Nigeria PLC, a leading multinational energy company in Nigeria, has held its nationwide raffle draw in Lagos. Executive Director and Secretary General of the company, Leslie Baxter Green, says the promo is to reward customers' loyalty to the brand.
The nationwide campaign tagged Quaz Mega Promo is targeted at customers of the company, automobile owners who purchase the Total Energies Quaz lubricants range. The first raffle draw for the promotion was conducted through an electronic draw, witnessed by regulatory bodies to confirm the integrity of the process. 40 lucky winners in the 10 categories were contacted via phone calls. The gift items include smart TV, refrigerators, sound bars, air conditioners, and washing machines. Others are gas cookers, free premium motor spirits worth 120,000 naira, and free oil change valued at 100,000 naira. The company says there will be a grand prize of a brand new car to be won in the second and final raffle draw.
Our lubricants, our quartz raffle draw is an innovation that we have brought to the market to try and engage further with our customers, to promote our brand, but also to give our customers the opportunity to gain some rewards. We've just experienced the results of our first draw.
So this is a promo that cut across the entire nation. Talking about the number of people, we have seen huge increase in terms of patronage, in terms of awareness of this product. The most important thing is that our customers are looking for quality.
Lubricant business manager says all a customer needs to do to qualify, win instant airtime and other amazing gifts for the promo is to buy any 4-litre or 5-litre Total Energies Quaz engine oil lubricant at any Total Energies service station or authorized distributor outlets.
Proud ourselves to have the best quality lubricant there is. With all the modern technologies and the changes happening in automobiles, Total is at the forefront with our R&D to ensure we provide the best products for our customers.
The promo, which took off on 1st July, will end on 1st September 2022. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
Optimal nutrition during the first 2 years of a child's life lowers mortality, reduces chronic diseases, and promotes overall well-being. This is why medical experts constantly recommend breast milk for newborns and infants. In the support, Joy Ken Abapoya assesses breastfeeding in Nigeria through the eyes of nursing mothers.
Breast milk, with all its components and superpowers, adds little or no economic burden on household income, as it is freely given by nature. And so,
we haven't had any case to go to the hospital except for immunization. Even if she has catarrh, we only take vitamin C. After then, nothing. She has been strong.
The story is the same for Miriam and Tina.
This one is fault. I no give anything. I only breast from 1 and 6 months. If you give her baby breast well, it's good well.
Breastfeeding is still the best for every child.
However, not all children are as lucky as these kids. Going by World Health Organization figures, 3 out of 5 children globally are not breastfed in their first few hours.
We must increase their access to nutrition counseling. What nutrition counseling does is that it creates a body of support around the mother, because breastfeeding does not come all that easily.
In Nigeria, Breastfeeding is universal as almost all babies are being breastfed. The challenge, however, is with exclusivity as less than 30% of infants are exclusively breastfed.
The benefits are numerous for the child. On the part of the mother, exclusive breastfeeding has been shown to help with weight loss after delivery.
Breast milk is the ideal source of nutrition for babies according to experts. It is safe, clean and rich in antibodies required to protect children against common illnesses. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abapoya, NTA News.
Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Time for some messages. The news continues shortly. Please stay.
Oh, Grace, you've got places to be, and this chump has forgotten something, but he must trust you, leaving you with his basket. Time to take matters into your own hands. Grab that papaya. Now, make a mess of it.
Bing bang ding, ding ding bang, bam bam bang, ding bang ding, bam bam.
It's Dangote Bag of Goodies Season 3. Yeah. Spell Dangote and become a multi-millionaire. Category 1. Pick up the scratch card in bags of Dangote cement and win instantly. Category 2. Pick up the scratch cards in bags of Dangote cement to spell DANGOTE and qualify to win ₦1 million star prize. Category 3. Pick up the scratch cards in bags of Dangote cement to spell DANGOTE and qualify to win ₦5 million mega star prize. When you pick an alphabet with an eagle, one of the alphabets must carry the Dangote eagle logo for you to win the mega star prize. Terms and conditions apply.
Nice to know you're still there. The Nigerian Immigration Service Cross River State Command has arrested 3 illegal migrants in a community in Etung local government area of the state. The suspects were arrested by Border Patrol officers at Umfom. A statement from the Comptroller of Immigration Service in Emerubo indicates that the suspects were found with a bag containing locally made pistol, 3 live ammunition, charms, and a Techno BC300 phone. The suspects foreign number, but one escaped. Preliminary investigation by NIS officers revealed that one of the suspects is a Cameroonian, while the 2 others are Nigerians. Ensuring effective mainstreaming of human rights and humanitarian norms and principles formed basis for training of officers and men of the Nigerian military and other security personnel in the Northeast Theatre of Operations High Commission for Refugees.
It's over a decade now since the Northeast sub-region of Adamawa, Borno and Yobe states suffered terrorism attacks in the last call. Considering that the war against the insurgency is complicated, informed the decision of the National Human Rights Commission in collaboration with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees to train key military officers who are directly involved in the counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast.
There is a room for improvement. And that is where we always realize that these refreshers, the trainees that we are doing it, will hopefully make the lives of these displaced population more at least comfortable.
There should be opportunity for them to be pulled a bit from the front line, to have a relaxed environment, to be able to share ideas on how to relate better with the people that they are out here to protect.
At the end of the 2-day training, the military personnel will have built consciousness on preserving the respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms while carrying out counterinsurgency operations. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
And wives of police officers have converged on Abuja to pray and fast for God's intervention upon their husbands and personnel of other security agencies in the front line. Francis Form reports that the women also prayed and for lasting peace in Nigeria.
The
These are wives of police officers from different religious backgrounds interceding for their husbands and the nation for lasting peace. After observing their prayer and fasting for 2 days, the women converge here again to appreciate God, believing their prayers have been answered. Then comes the breaking of the fast. For the wife of the Inspector General of Police, Hajara Al-Kali Baba, the moment you go to God in prayer, He listens, and she believes God has answered their prayers.
This is the only solution to our problem. Irrespective of your religion, we need to cry to God that we've sinned against Him and we come together. We need peace. We want our nation to come one body that we've been together before. We want Him to bring us back in that unity.
She further urged the women to continue to pray for their husbands in the front line for victory against the enemies. Franks is from NTA News.
The rising cases of insecurity bedeviling Nigeria as a nation can also be addressed through spiritual intervention. This is a submission of various speakers at the opening ceremony of the 15th Annual National Conference of Women in Dawa held in Yola. Usman Mukhtar reports.
Dawa is an umbrella of various women Islamic groups with the aim of propagating the message of Islam, that is peace, and promoting social and economic values among Muslims. The 15th Annual National Conference dwelt on security and economic challenges bedeviling the country.
There is need for social cohesion, particularly going by the Islamic principles of social financing.
With this education that we are getting, our perception generally towards the situation of the country will change. We will be more positive in our outlook. Whatever is bothering society, whatever is bothering women, whatever is bothering the populace generally, we try to make it a theme and we try to discuss the problem and proffer solutions, not just to our groups or to women, but to the country in general.
The 4-day event is expected to promote spiritual well-being of Muslims through patriotism. In Yola, Usman Mukhtar, NTA News.
And it's time to head to Sokoto, where Asmao is standing by with some reports for us. Over to you, Asmao.
Elizabeth, good evening and welcome to Sokoto. Wife of Sokoto State Governor Maria Aminu Waziri Tambol has distributed palliatives to people living with disability and vulnerable persons. The gesture, which is collaboration with Victim Support Fund, is aimed at assisting the less privileged members of the society. Shio Muhammad Deti reports that the beneficiaries were drawn from 23 local government areas of Sokoto State.
The palliatives include rice, maize, beans, and cooking oil. Others are hand sanitizer, rain boots, and face masks, among others. Distribution of the palliatives is aimed at cushioning the hardship occasioned by COVID-19 pandemic and global economic recession. Wife of Sokoto State Governor Maria Aminu Waziri Tambol, represented by a special advisor to the governor on Sokoto State Contributory Healthcare Management Agency, Dr. Amamatu Yusuf, said the gesture is also meant to put a smile on the faces of the vulnerable persons.
These palliatives are being distributed to those people, at least to cushion the effect of that pandemic.
District Head of Gagi Sani Umar Jabi described the gesture by the governor's wife as timely and commendable. He underscored the importance of giving assistance to the vulnerable persons in the society, especially by well-to-do individuals.
And I want to urge all the philanthropist individuals in Sokoto to join hand with Their Excellency, reaching out more vulnerable.
Representatives of Chairman of Prapa, Shagari and Yabo local governments, as well as other speakers at the occasion, commended the governor's wife for the humanitarian gesture, urging the beneficiaries to use the palliatives judiciously. The beneficiaries were full of praises to the governor's wife for coming to their aid. In Sokoto, Shehu Muhammad Datti, NTA News.
The Sokoto Zonal Pest Control Office under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has commenced the 2022 Emergency Area Control Operation in Sokoto. In Sokoto, Kebbi and Zamfara states to control the influx of koala bats affecting food production. Shehu Muhammad Datti, who covered the event, reports that the flag of exercise was performed in a brief ceremony at Sultan Abubakar III International Airport, Sokoto.
Area spray is a major avenue and a method of reducing the menace and negative effects of koala bats on farmlands with a view to improving food production in the country. Farmers say koala bats had been a challenge in getting bumper harvest where their farm produce are being ravaged by the birds. Zonal Pest Control Officer in the Federal Pest Control Office in charge of Sokoto, Kebbi and Zamfara states, Yao Makedi Kagara, said their decision to embark on the emergency pest control operation followed series of complaints by farmers in parts of the zone.
We operate in areas where these beds are. The areas that we conduct the operation, we have Wuno. Wuno is a very large place where these beds are, either in the dry season or in the wet season. They will also try to touch Suti. Suti is in Tangaza local government. Then Shagari, the state government will participate, will complement the effort of the whole federal government by adding more hours and chemicals for wider and effective coverage.
The 2022 Emergency Aerial Control Operation is expected to go a long way in reducing the influx of trans-Sahara birds and complements federal government's effort in food production in the country. In Sokoto, Shehu Muhammad Datti, NTA News.
That's it from here. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and all other social media handles displayed on our screen. We'll take a short break and when we return, the news will continue thereafter.
Music is fuel that fires up our souls. Today, African music has a dominant place on the world map. This massive music movement creating waves across the globe.
I have seen the evolution and the growth of this industry.
But every movement starts with a story, and the best place to start any story is at the very beginning.
There's a phenomenal energy that can only have come from Africa.
Our pastors, our imams, in every church, in every mosque, please realize that in the course of praying for peaceful and transparent elections, we all have duties beyond prayers. If we want a stable society before, during, and after the elections, what should you be saying to those that worship with you? All Sundays and all Fridays, you are saddled with the responsibility of bringing up great generations. It is therefore your duty to both man and God to ensure peace all the time, no matter about elections alone. People talk to people and people listen. Talk to your followers. Make them listen to ensure peaceful 2023 elections. This message from the National Orientation Agency.
You're still watching the Network News. Let's talk sports. Team Nigeria's medals tally continues to swell with more podium finish this Friday at the 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games. Let's join Abdullahi Ajia for more on our Commonwealth Game updates.
Friday, day 8 of the Commonwealth Games, Nigerian wrestling dynamite Odunayo Adekunroye has claimed gold in the women's 57 kg freestyle wrestling after beating Anshu Malik of India 6-4, 6-4 in the final to successfully defend the crown she won in Gold Coast, Australia 4 years ago. The reigning African champion had earlier defeated Canada's Hannah Taylor 10-0. Blessing Oborududu, as expected, has clinched the gold medal in women's freestyle 68 kg wrestling event. Oborududu of Nigeria defeated Canada's Linda Moraes 5-1 to win Nigeria's second gold medal in wrestling. It was also cherry news for Nigeria's Alice Folashade Oluwafemiayo, who clinched another gold for Team Nigeria in the final of the women's para-powerlifting heavyweight event, where she sets a new world record with a combined total of 123.4 kg. her victory displaced compatriot Bose Patricia Omolayo, who lifted combined total of 115.2 kg to win the silver. Australia's Hani Watson went with the bronze medal. In another development, Nigeria's Ikechukwu Christian Obichukwu won silver in the men's heavyweight final.
Those are won medals have been paid their bonuses. I think it's a good thing for us. And when it comes to the competition proper, I think we are doing very well, but it could be better.
In athletics, upon her return to the track, World Athletics champion Toby Amuson is one step away from another podium finish in the women's 100 meters hurdles after an easy win to qualify to the final, clocking 12.40 seconds.
Hard work, dedication, trusting my coach, even though the process might not be processing sometimes, I still trust in my coach, and but timing is always the best. No pressure, just do my thing.
In table tennis doubles rounds of 16, Team Nigeria's Amadi Ome and Olajide Omotayo beat Guyana's Shemar Britton and Christopher Ishankai 11-6, 11-6, 9-11 and 11-5. Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Thank you, Abdullah, for the updates. For more sporting reports, let's join Austin Edemodu.
Nigeria's Falconets arrived Costa Rica Friday ahead of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup from August 10 to 28th. Head coach of the team, Chris Danjuma, led the technical crew with 21 players, including Captain Tosin Deheme, who is also a defender, 3 goalkeepers and 6 midfielders. Messi Doko is among 6 forwards as Nigeria is drawn in Group C alongside France, Canada and Korea Republic. African second representative, Ghana is drawn in Group D with Japan, Netherlands and the USA. In the latest FIFA rankings of Nigeria, the English Premier Everton hosts the Blues at Goodison Park. As usual, the Nigerian Television Authority will bring you a live telecast of the match between Tottenham Hotspur and Southampton by 2:30 p.m. It is at the Under-20 World Athletics Championship in Cali, Colombia.
General of Police Mustafa Tafa Balogun while mourning with the Nigeria Police. The president recalls that during Tafa's tenure as IGP, he did his utmost to ensure that the Nigeria Police performed its statutory responsibilities under a democratic dispensation, and its penchant for boosting the morale of officers and men in the force has been acknowledged by those who served under him. President Buhari's thoughts are with the family, the government and people of Osun State, as well as colleagues and former colleagues of the deceased police chief. He prays for the repose of the soul of the departed. In the same vein, the Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba mourns the demise of the 11th Indigenous Inspector General of Police Tafa Mustafa Balogun, who died at the age of 74. The IGP in a statement noted that Tafa Balogun achieved major operational milestones, including facilitating the establishment of the Police Mobile Force Training College. The late IGP will be laid to rest in his country home in Osun State on Saturday, 6th of August 2022. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu extols the service of the late Tafa Balogun to the country and contributions to national development, especially in the areas of urban planning and national security. Similarly, the Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Megari Dingyadi, says the legacies of late Tafa Balogun in the nation's security ecosystem will continue to inspire result-oriented officers and men of the force. President Muhammad Buhari condoles with the family of former head of state General Yakubu Gowon on the demise of his older sister, Mrs. Miriam Lami Dinka. In a statement, President Buhari says the deceased left behind a remarkable record of service and care as a matron in the female hostel at Ahmadu Bello University in the 60s and would continue to be cherished for her active participation in many social and religious organizations. President Buhari urges General Gowon and the family members she left behind to preserve her memories and legacies. Let's now take a look at what the weather would look like tomorrow, Saturday.
We expect a drop in both rainfall amount and intensity in the next few days, especially over the southwestern region due to drop in available energy. And for Saturday morning, few thunderstorms are expected over parts of Adamawa, Taraba, Gombe, Bauchi and Kaduna, with prospect of light rains over parts of Nasarawa, Benue, Cross River and Ebonyi, leaving the remaining parts of the country under cloudy skies. And for the afternoon and evening hours, we expect moderate rains over the southeast inland and coast and light rains over parts of the southwest. Moderate rains are also expected over parts of the FCT, Plateau, Kwara and Niger. Isolated thunderstorms are likely over parts of the northeast and the northwestern region. And that's where we conclude the weather forecast. I'm Sefia Sayinusa. Thank you for watching.
And that's the news. Thank you so much for your time. Do remember to always connect with us at the NTA. Take action against rape and rapists. I'm Elizabeth Omori.